Welcome to City Cooks, everybody. You know, for more than 20 years, our guest today has been bringing exotic meats like wild Arctic muskox and alligator to the top chefs around the world. And what makes him extra special is his meat is all organic, and he's just been inducted into the BC Restaurant Hall of Fame. Mark Hills of Hills Foods, welcome back to the show.
Well, it's good to be here.
Now, I know I've been bugging you about this and bugging you, but all this exotic meat that you always eat, do you ever get tired of it?
I haven't yet.
No?
No, I find it, well, it's quite enjoyable.
In your
It's
freezer
healthy.
at home,
Yes.
what do you have?
Well, it's quite a numerous collection of protein.
Is there a chicken?
Yeah, we have some free run unmedicated chicken, maybe a little organic chicken.
Like plain ground beef?
No, certified organic beef is typically what we'd have in our...
But that's pretty good, though. What I'm getting at, though, is do you have just the regular, everyday stuff?
No, I don't, and on purpose. I guess I could, but I really do appreciate where this meat comes from. The unique things, as well as when you think about the production of food and you go back to the source, I'm very comfortable working with organic, the wild, or the farm-raised game.
Yeah, but you were far ahead of the game on that. The fact that the free run, the organic, free range, all that kind of stuff, right? That's what people really want these days.
Oh, there's no question. We were ahead of the wave. We were probably 10 years too early.
Yeah.
But now we're here 21 years, and it's really come into its own.
Well, not only that, and you are, of course, the owner, the purveyor of the exotic as well. You're starting with a couple of eggs there, right? We're going to get to those.
Get those going, yeah.
Get those going. We're going to get to that in a moment. But tell me about this.
This we're working with today, the wild Arctic muskox, Mipkuzola.
Mipkuzola.
Mipku means dried meat in the language of the Inuit, and in the village of Sax Harbor on Banks Island, where the muskox comes from, we take this product and have it dry or air dried, cured in a special plant in Montreal, so that we have a federal production of this product, so we can sell it across the country.
Okay.
And we are selling more and more all the time now, because we're introducing different styles of preparation.
It'd be great in a sandwich, because what you've got here is it's shaved, right? And it's fully cooked.
Well, this is actually a plate that you'd find in a restaurant in Edmonton, for instance. I like the style. Normand's restaurant, a little
mixed greens there.
Mipkuzola. Yeah. They'll take a little cracked pepper, just like this, over the top, and you'll finish it with just a drizzle of truffle oil.
Ooh, truffle oil.
And that's how he'll serve that as an appetizer in his restaurant, and it's his best-selling appetizer.
Really?
Absolutely.
How sustainable, though, is the muskox? Because I know a lot of people would ask questions like that as well about what they eat these days.
It's very much controlled.
Yeah.
In effect, the muskox are encroaching on the caribou habitat on Banks Island.
Oh.
They'd like to be culling about 10% annually, and there's less than 1% being culled at this time.
Really? So there is a market for this product. I mean, you can supply if people want to try this.
This is probably when you talk about muskox, tenderloin, strip loins, ribeyes, those sell steadily. This is taken from the leg, cured similar to a prosciutto.
Right.
And we're utilizing a cut that typically wouldn't sell as well. So this has actually been a good thing.
How much is this, by the way? What's the price?
Retail, if you go down to, say, Deuces or at Granville Island or Urban Fare, maybe East End Co-op, well, there's several retailers that have it now. You're probably going to be looking at around the $50 a kilo mark.
Okay.
But you have to remember that a little bit goes a long way.
It certainly does. You know what? I've been munching on it ever since I saw it sitting here. It is so good. It really is. It's a very unique flavor. I quite like it. Okay, but we're not making this dish. We're making something else. What do we do?
Well, I thought I'd show you something new that we tried just recently, and it was a big hit at the party that we introduced it at. Take a traditional Eggs Benedict.
Right.
And we're using a vitamin-enriched egg that we sell at Hills Foods.
You've got all the good stuff. You know, you really do.
It really is the best egg on the market.
Okay.
They come from Manitoba, but the flavor, the color, the texture, it's a magnificent egg.
Okay, I can't wait to try it.
Anyways, we've got them poaching, and in the water, with a little touch of vinegar just to hold it together. And we're going to make...
There's some rounds here,
put these little rounds right here, and we'll get
just
this...
toasting those a little bit, are
we'll
we?
just put a little warmth to it. And then we're going to take a little bit of the Mipkuzola, just a little slice here, and just do a little julienne cut.
Do you want me to do that for you?
You could do that.
I can cut up a little bit of that. So just a little
Yeah,
You almost want to shred it a little bit, right?
We're really just going to do a little garnish on top of the egg. So
that again goes with your a little goes a long way.
Yes, that's actually all you need for this dish because it's a little sprinkle.
Really? Have you met the crew? We might need to make a little bit more than that, though.
Well, we do have more for the crew. That's not a problem.
Okay. So this all comes together really easily. It's pretty simple, like regular eggs Benedict here?
Yeah, the difference is, I'll just stack one up here in
show me
lieu
how
of
this
time.
works.
I would take some of this shaved, now I've shaved this on a regular meat slicer,
Right.
which you'd want your deli guy to do. And you'd put, about an ounce at best, not even. Now, that would go underneath where your traditional Canadian back bacon or ham or
So
whatever.
this is going to replace any of the meat in your eggs Benedict?
Correct.
Okay, and
you
then
put the egg on top, and I've made a nice hollandaise here to
see that.
just drizzle over top, and then we'll finish it. We can show at the end of the segment.
Wow, that is going to be so good. Are those almost done?
Oh, they're just about there. Could be another minute.
Okay, well then we'll take a break. We'll take a break. We'll show everybody when we come back how we got that all finished. Stay with us here on City Cooks. Good. Thanks.
Hello, I'm Mark Taylor, the owner of Crew Restaurant in Vancouver. I'm going to talk to you today about wines to drink with game meats. So the reason the traditional way we drink red wine with meat, the reason that works, of course it tastes good, is because of the tannins in the red wine and the protein in the meat. There's a chemical reaction between protein and tannin, which helps to soften the tannins in the wine, and it enriches the flavor in the meat. So simply, that's why that works. With game meats, there is a slight range, and some of them are quite a bit stronger, and some of the farmed ones are a little lighter flavored. So again, if you know that in advance, you can try to choose a wine, Pinot Noir, for example, or even an easygoing Merlot to have with the milder tasting ones, and a big wine like a Cabernet or even a Malbec from Argentina to have with the full-bodied meats.
All right, welcome back to City Cooks. Mark Hills here from Hills Foods, and you agree, yes, that's the way to go.
Yes, he's right on the money.
Okay.
It's, to me, it's whatever's first on the shelf, off the shelf.
Okay, so you're not quite as scientific as that then, are you? Mark, let's very quickly take a look at the dish that we had just made. That's how you finished it all off there. Anything you want to tell us about in particular that you did?
Well, it's a traditional style of a Benny, except you're using Mipkazola instead. And we sauteed a little of the julienne Mipkazola just to put on top as a garnish, more or less.
Yummy.
And traditional hollandaise. Nothing really complicated. Well, yes,
I like that.
You've got to have your hollandaise.
You absolutely do. Okay, so what's this? Now we're going also traditional, sort of, but we're making hamburgers.
Yes.
But what do we have in here?
Well, what we've got in here is a combination of buffalo, kangaroo, ostrich, and venison. So we're just blending the four.
Is that like your hamburger mix?
That's typically, we're always looking for new flavors, different flavors. Right. And you could do each one individually. You don't have to blend it.
Does it taste better if you blend it?
It has a different flavor profile. And
what does that mean exactly? Is that better or is that just different?
It's different. Is it better? Well, it just depends on your own
palate,
how you're going to appreciate it.
So we got a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it excites the crowd. They say, "Oh, we're having all that together," and it gets them all going. They like that.
That's true. That's great cocktail conversation.
Oh, yeah.
You tell people that's what you're grilling.
Yeah.
Do you want me to mix this up here?
If you could, we're going to have to get your fingers in there.
I don't mind. So, sorry, tell me again, how many we've got in here? What do we got?
Okay, you've got about 8 ounces of buffalo, venison, ostrich, and kangaroo.
Okay.
Did I say kangaroo?
I think you said kangaroo, didn't you?
I think I did.
Why is that not?
It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
The point is that you can use any combination or any one of the above.
Okay.
And you're going to mix in some garlic.
You're going to have to put that in there, okay.
And a little minced onion.
Okay.
And some ketchup. And
it's nice to see that no matter what you're putting in, what kind of meat you're using, you're still putting ketchup in there. That's
well,
good.
It's organic ketchup.
Of course it
important.
is.
And a little bit of relish. It could be, we talked about Dijon mustard. It really, whatever your traditional.
I've never put relish in my hamburger before.
Oh, well, it's something we've always done.
That looks good.
But what it does is add some moisture, because when you're cooking with game, a game burger is going to be typically drier. Now, we could have added some wild boar fat or even an organic pork fat. Well, just to make it more
Why
moist.
would we do that?
Because when you're cooking the patty, which I should get that.
I got to tell you, Mark, I really would love to come over to your house one day.
Well, that can be arranged.
Can it be arranged?
Not a problem.
First, I'd have to go through all your cupboards, and I want to see what you have in your freezer because I'm fascinated by this process. And how do you decide, like, which out of the game meats that you're talking about, which ones are the driest? Like, which ones do you really have to worry about?
Ostrich is very, very lean. Kangaroo
Right.
is very lean. Caribou is exceptionally lean. Those are probably the top three. If you want a high protein diet, those
Yeah.
are the three that I would shoot for.
Okay.
Even buffalo, the way that they're raising it these days, tends to have a little more fat than it.
Hey, my grocery
to.
store sells bison.
Oh, it's everywhere.
It is everywhere now, right? And there's probably benefits to choosing it as well, but we should probably get going here. What do I have to
Yeah.
do?
Well, you've got to form that into a patty.
How big?
Now, we didn't season it either, but we'll just get a little
season,
bit.
schmeason.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll do that
Is that all
after.
right?
Yeah. Well, what you want to do, this is
you show me how to
this
do
is
this.
something that one of my pet peeves when people are making burgers. It's important that you form it. You've got to be the burger. You've got to feel the thickness of the burger.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
Look it. You've got it. But keep turning it like this.
Oh, I see. So that
You're
I hate
getting
those cracked
the
edges
same
on a burger,
thickness
right?
all around. So you get a nice, even finish to it.
How am I doing?
That's good. That's
No,
good.
not quite. Oh, it's about
See?
like yours, huh?
Yeah, that's good. We can
that
put
all
it
right?
right in the pan.
Yeah, go ahead.
There you
Oh,
go.
nice sizzle.
And I'll
Okay,
put
so
a little
what are
oil in
the-
there. This is a little organic olive oil.
Now that we have this in there, and I can talk to you about this, what are the benefits to, say, choosing, like if some people see bison at their grocery store, why should they choose that?
Well, as opposed to conventional beef, it's something that is, how should I say, more beneficial for the environment, but just from a nutritional standpoint,
Why is it more beneficial to the environment?
just the way that the animals are raised,
Yeah.
traditional grass, out
Right.
free ranging.
You can't really
As a-
corral a bunch of
Well, you
bison.
can, and there are people that are actually grain finishing bison now because
Yeah.
they feel that the demand in the marketplace is for
great enough.
more marbled meat. And we tend to try and push grass-fed as opposed to grain-finished buffalo.
Because then you know that it's nice open spaces and they're getting...
Well, there's that. I mean, from the animal husbandry side of things, when you look at the way that traditional or conventional cows, sheep, pork is raised,
Yeah.
as opposed to farm raising of game meats such as venison and buffalo, the wild meat from the Arctic, like the caribou and the muskox.
Yeah.
I mean, those are more, well, they're natural environments.
Right.
So it's really a philosophical difference, I guess, at that stage.
Okay.
But when it comes right down to it, the nutritional benefits of wild farmed game are far superior to conventional protein.
Well, see, that's, I think, probably what a lot of people haven't heard about yet. Can I move that one over and put one more in?
Sure, sure.
Is that going to be okay? I made
No,
it. Might
that's
as well,
fine.
right? Okay, and tell me about our fixins.
Well, the fixins, the idea, I put these different vegetables out here, the onion, the cucumber, the tomato, cheese, the mushrooms. It's really just to show that when you're cooking with game, you can approach it the same way as you would a typical
Right.
barbecue burger, but you're going to add a little pizzazz to your barbecue by
The
having...
actual burger part of it, right? Which is
Yeah,
nice. You don't often
yeah.
get to do that. Well, I'm going to wash my hands. So
Okay.
we're going to take a
Me
break.
too.
And when we come back, more talking about game with Mark. Don't go away. You got to wash your hands too, right?
Yes, I do.
Well, Mark would love it if you stopped by and visited him, and he could show you all sorts of this good stuff in person. And you'll find them on Glacier Street in Coquitlam. Give them a call for more information. Their website, hillsfoods.com. People must have a lot of questions when they come into the store.
Generally, yeah, we've got a lot of information, brochures and things. We give them the answers.
Have you ever thought about opening more than one location?
Well, we're so busy with what we're doing now.
Maybe that would mean that you should open another location.
How much more do I want? I don't know. We're doing fine.
All right. Well, we're doing ostrich this time.
Yes.
Why
yes.
ostrich?
Well, ostrich, in this particular case, we're doing ostrich pearl, and I'm
does that
doing that
mean?
on purpose. Well, the pearl is a cut that might be described as in the shape of like the oyster on a turkey. It's a very tender cut that's underutilized. There's a variety of different cuts on the ostrich, obviously, but the fan is the most popular cut with most chefs because it's easy to work with.
Right.
But this is a more tender cut. And you
but it's
can
kind
see,
of an odd shape is the thing, too, right?
Actually, it's a beautiful shape. If you're just going to saute this off and slice it,
right.
and, you could dinner for one or perhaps two. And what you see here
Okay, so what have you got here? This is
the
sliced
same
in
piece,
half, yeah?
but we've taken this sinew out of the center. And this is the biggest thing that the chefs are saying that they don't want
They
to
don't have time to do
contend
this,
with,
essentially.
is taking this
right
sinew piece out of the middle. And it's very, very simple to do.
You know, you have a heck of a sharp knife that you're using to do this, too.
It should be. It's safer to use a sharp knife than a dull knife when you're cutting meat. And you can almost pull that away, as you can. I don't know if you can see that.
Well, this is really no different than, like, if you're a lot of pork roasts and beef roasts and stuff, they have this that you have to trim off. I mean, that's not unusual, right?
That's true. It's just that
That's good.
In the scheme of things, when you've got a little extra to do, it's a labor cost issue. Or
You just did it in a couple
well, that's how
seconds
easy
there.
it can be. But then you're left with this beautiful shaped medallion.
And then is that one just can you pull that off, or do you have to still cut it out?
I still have to cut that piece off.
Okay.
I'm doing it a little faster than I would normally, so
You're probably wasting more of the
I'm wasting a
actual
little
meat.
more of the meat
Got
here.
it. But technically, when you do it, it should be like what this one is over here, right? Where you've got just the actual sinew that you've left behind, and
That's
you've cut
right.
the two pieces
That's right.
off like that. Okay.
So what you're left with is a very tender piece.
Two nice pieces.
A very lean protein, which we can throw right in the pan here.
Really? No salt, no pepper?
Well, salt and pepper, sure. We can season it now or season it later.
Doesn't really matter?
No.
Okay, so what do I have to do here?
Well, we need to cut up a few of the veg. The concept
What
here
are
is
we making?
a salad. Well, we're making a salad to go with the ostrich. The idea here was really for barbecue season, although we're using a frying pan, is that we could take a piece of pearl that you could pick up at your local butcher shop and
nice.
take it home, a little salt, pepper, little oil. You could marinate a little while in some sage and rosemary, but quick, easy on the barbecue. You want to cook it medium rare.
Yeah.
And a side salad. This particular salad that we're doing here, I call it Tina's favorite because it's my wife's favorite salad. We usually just use a variety of different dried fruits and vegetables, not dried, but fresh vegetables.
Yeah, that's what you've got here.
Yeah, we've got some almonds, some goji berries, some pumpkin.
You have some goji berries in the salad?
Oh, it's wonderful. It's a great contrast.
Wow,
And
where do you find
very
this
healthy.
stuff? Do people send it to you, or they must say, try this, Mark, and...
Yeah, that happens too, and
Right?
I'm always looking. I've got a natural interest in a variety of different foods, so I'm always looking for different things.
Well, what's the sort of the newest thing that you've tried then?
The newest thing?
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's a good question. Camel, I guess. We recently brought camel in.
I gotta tell you, I didn't expect that answer.
It's true.
I thought it would be like some kind of fruit or berry or something. But
Oh, no. Well,
how many animals are left here now,
Not many,
Mark?
not many.
Camel.
Not
What was
once.
that like, by the way?
Actually, it was similar to veal.
I thought you were going to say chicken.
No, I never say that.
Okay, good. Ooh, similar
that a
to
lot.
veal, really.
Yeah, it's kind of a.
And where are they eating camel in the world?
That's actually from Australia as well. They've got a wild
So they're eating
camel.
kangaroo and camel in
Yes.
Australia.
Well, as a matter of fact, just recently, Greenpeace has come out and said to the Australian population, if you're concerned about the environment, you'll eat more kangaroo and leave the beef behind.
Really?
Because of the impact that conventional farming is having on the ecosystem in Australia. So
Wow,
that-
because I know that when you were on the show talking about kangaroo, that we were very apprehensive that people would be upset by that. But in the last couple of years, it has sort of become more not normal, but just people are not as unused to hearing that.
I think
right?
so. There's a few people that might be concerned, but the majority of people understand the benefits,
Right.
nutritionally as well as ecologically.
Right.
And it tastes good. And man, there's so many of them. It's it seems like a natural
Well,
thing
that's
to
a good
do.
reason to do that, right? Now, how does this all come together, if you can quickly tell me?
Oh, well, that's a good idea. We'll put all that. Just
Can I put my orange peppers
just
in there?
Throw them right in. Actually, just throw all this in. It's very quick and easy.
All of it?
Sure.
Some celery?
Sure.
Chopped celery?
Yeah. To me,
Some
this
green
is.
onions?
whatever fresh veg you have, you could use, sure, the almonds whole, you could chop them up. It really doesn't matter. It's whatever you feel like.
berries?
Yeah, just toss them in.
What's
The
this?
pumpkin seeds.
Pumpkin seeds.
And the organic dried cranberries.
Organic dried cranberries.
Yeah, this is a very healthy
Put
salad.
a few more peppers in there. Could use some color. And so when that happens, do we slice those up and put that on top too?
Well, what we're going to do is just put this right on
Wait a minute. What
a little
about our
oil and
dressing?
vinegar. Well, the dressing is very simple as well.
Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay. Next.
And about half the amount of the white balsamic.
Okay.
And there we go. And
There.
that's good.
Okay. And
And the pepper,
that's it.
a little salt, which is over
Little
here.
pepper.
Just a little Murray River salt.
I'll
would be
do
fine.
that.
You could
You're
open
very.
that up.
Oh wow, salt flakes too. So anything else that gets mixed up?
You just
The whole thing comes
in there,
together?
yeah. And we thought we'd use some of the Vistadoro's Seville orange and brandy with cardamom, just to glaze the pan and
You do that.
the
You do that.
ostrich.
We got to take a break, and when we come
Okay.
back, we'll have this all done so people could see what we did. Stay with
Excellent.
us.
If I can get this open.
Okay, it's time for our trivia question today, and you can enter to win a Bocuse d'Or DVD and a $100 gift certificate to Hills Foods if you know how many chicken eggs are equal to one great big ostrich egg. Email us your answer, win@citytv.com. Don't forget to include your contact info. Mark, chef de cuisine, by the way, congratulations. That's
Well, thank
official,
you. Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I finally went for it and I passed. So. I'm
So you
happy.
are an actual certified chef, which a lot of people probably don't know.
That's true.
Congratulations.
Thank you
Okay,
very much.
we're gonna take a look at the dishes that we made. Tell me about this.
Well, this is the ostrich pearl.
Yeah.
Simply sautéed. It could have been barbecued. And we deglazed the pan with a little orange and brandy compote from Vistadoro.
Okay, excellent. And then there was the
The wild Arctic
that
muskox
was what it was.
Mipkazola.
Mipkazola Eggs Benedict.
Eggs Benedict, or Canadian Eggs Benedict, a true Canadian Eggs Benedict.
That's true. And you could probably really make that a geographical, right across the country kind of dish if you wanted to throw in a couple more items too, right?
absolutely.
And then our burger.
And a simple burger. There's.
No, it wasn't a simple burger. How many different types of game meat were in there?
But it's simple to prepare, simple to make, and simple to serve.
That's true. And any combination is okay for that?
Sure, sure.
Really?
Absolutely.
All right, what's your favorite?
Well, these days, I have to admit, I'm eating a lot of kangaroo. It's quite tasty.
I'll take your word for it. I know, that's true. It's just hard to wrap your head around it. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time on City Cooks. I know, if it were available more, I think more people would try it too, right?